Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And here I have an article for you guys from Seeking Alpha. I will leave a link to it in the description so you guys can check it out. So Verizon Q1, the more it drops, the more I'll buy. So what I wanted to talk about in this video is Verizon in a good position? And that's off of the news that T-Mobile might be getting ready to increase pricing, or that's imminent at least. And AT&T technically didn't raise the pricing of the plans, but they're adding the turbo feature, which is costing you $7 to get back the priority data or the QCI level that you had prior. They just moved everyone down one QCI, and now you can pay that extra $7 to get that priority or that higher QCI back. So that's AT&T trying to figure out how to make revenue, how to make more money off the customer without actually forcing a price increase. And like I said recently, Verizon was very transparent. They didn't try to sell you a new feature or an add-on. They just straight up raised pricing to 32 million accounts by $4 per line. So does that put Verizon in a decent spot now? So if T-Mobile continues to raise prices on their legacy accounts, right? And we might get the first one in a month or so. And then are they going to continue to do that to drive service revenue? It's a possibility, right? Are they maybe planning to increase FWA pricing further? All of that now has to be taken into consideration. So now, is that going to make Verizon look better? Now, Verizon might still be more expensive for some, but you're going to get more with Verizon. You're going to get the bigger network, the better network, the better reliability. And those are factuals, right? I'm not just claiming that. We're seeing that on Root Metrics. We're seeing that in their final report. And then some of these other reports, as it comes to the 5G side, like OpenSignal, most of those key categories, for whatever reason, Verizon has been winning those too on the 5G side. So it puts Verizon, I feel, in a better position. If T-Mobile were to stay at their price point and not raise pricing, then I would say, okay, there's a bit of a separation. Although the newer plans, T-Mobile is getting closer to Verizon in pricing. But it's those simple choice, those T-Mobile One plans that was a huge separation. I mean, I saw people with some crazy accounts. I've seen people that are on 11 lines for like $90, including all the free lines, insider discounts. I've seen that. Like, I've actually got screenshots of that. So that is a huge separation. But if those accounts start increasing in price, like, let's just say T-Mobile throws out, hey, we're going to charge $5 for every free line you got now. So that's going to inch them closer to the Verizon price point. And then it's going to be really the battle of the networks. What network is the best for you at the price point that you're comfortable paying? That's what it's going to come down to. Say now T-Mobile increases pricing and it's like, Verizon is still $20 more. But for that extra $20, I really get that significantly better experience. Before, if it was like, the old price point, it might have been $100, $120, $140 that you would have to pay more to be on Verizon. And a lot of people are like, nah, T-Mobile's good enough. I'm not going to pay that extra money. But now if T-Mobile starts increasing pricing more and more and inching closer to Verizon, a lot of people are gonna think twice about that. They're going to say, hey, look, for an extra $20, 25, maybe $30, I can be on Verizon, get this, and this, and have a better network experience. Now, that might not be for everyone, but I'm telling you guys right now, Verizon is really, really, really working hard on that network. The MCI One Fiber to the cell, increasing the footprint and Fios from fiber to the home, and then now looking into the multi-dwelling apartment units, getting millimeter wave inside those, with and presenting FWA to that base, right? And then additionally further densifying and adding C-band onto the sectors where it's missing to increase the FWA footprint. So Verizon is looking into all of that. So I tend to agree here. The more it drops, the more you should buy from Verizon. Now, I will say, again, a disclaimer, I'm no stock expert, no financial expert. Don't go and buy and sell anything off of my recommendations or opinions. That choice is up to you, but that's what I would do. The more that stock drops, the more I would buy, because Verizon is starting to get in a much, much better position because everybody's trying to be like Verizon. You know, if you look at the behavior of the networks, if you look at the spending, you look at the price increases, it's all starting to mimic Verizon. And of course, there are still some things that the others are doing that Verizon isn't doing, right? Like T-Mobile still offers perks, but even that, you know, they're starting to kind of add that to the bill and increase pricing for the bill. So that's no longer the same. AT&T got rid of that altogether. So it's going to be interesting to see how this pans out. But I think in the future, if I had to take a guess, pricing will bring them closer than ever before, right, on the plans. But it's really going to come down to the battle of the networks. Who has the indoors covered the best? Who has the most DAS systems? Who has the better densification? I think all of that will be and for the average consumer, that might not matter. So some of those people will be, the carriers will drive them off to the MVNOs in the prepaid segment because they're not willing to pay those additional increases. But for the people that are willing to pay the increase and put up with that, it's going to come down to the network. I think which one presents you individually, anecdotally, the best possible experience. And for everyone, it might be different. But for the most part, Verizon has laid a massive footprint across the U.S. with huge densification for one, because they had the lowest amount of spectrum per customer during LTE. They're further densifying. They're adding the mid-band, the C-band that they got. They're slamming that onto the sites as fast as they possibly can, or humanly possible. By the end of year, that footprint will be bigger. By the end of 2025, that footprint will be even bigger. So then it's really going to come down to, I think, who performs the best. Who has the better FWA performance? Who has the better mobile performance? Who has the network that's bigger and has the better reach for the customer? That's, in my opinion, what it will come down to. And I think Verizon is in a great position when it comes to that. If the other carriers are going to start inching closer in pricing to Verizon, it's got to be the network, and Verizon is in a great position for that. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. See y'all in the next one. Peace.